The reason why A2 does not call 2A is because unlike Android unit like 9S and 2B, where they created after A2, A2 was an earlier model unit where the naming was the letter first and then the number, but the later generation is the number then the letter first. So that's why her name is A2 and not 2A. A2 kit is kinda similar to 2B, where they both have a 3-hit single target and a nuke of a weapon type. But compared to 2B though, A2 has 3 different weapon types to use, comparing to 2B only having 2. A2 do have one special skill that makes her completely better over 2B, and that is Berserk mode. The stat buff is irrelevant. It's nice to have them though, but it's not the main purpose on why you activate Berserk mode, cause if that was the only purpose, then the payout of the skill isn't that much. The real payout though is in the passive, where all of your skill is now activated twice, which is, well, activating twice is always good. Like look at Odette passive, and then look at Therion passive who can do it. Now imagine Therion, but he doesn't need to boost max every single turn to do it. Now there is a few things to note about her recoil though. One is that it always goes up every single turn, regardless whether A2 is at full health or at 1 health or at 40% health, it'll always go off. And if A2 is less than 40% health, it will just put her at 1 health and does not kill her. Second is that even if she is at 1 health and the recoil go off again, it won't kill her and it won't trigger her passive. The third is that recoil always happens after regen has happened, so A2 will never be at full health when Berserk mode is on. If you are at 1 health from the recoil and the enemy do hit you, you still won't die, but the passive will be used up though. And the second passive might as well be part of Berserk mode, so there isn't much to talk about it. Her ultimate has a level 10 priority of level 2, which means that once you do A for her, then it's fine to go for level 10 because it's a good ultimate. Her ult is kinda similar to Rat, but despite does not have priority to it, A2 is fast enough that it always guarantees her to always go first during the turn and let her apply the defense debuff of her ult before your other attacker can act. Now there's one concern about using this mode though, but if A2 used this, doesn't that mean she will always be at 60% health or lower? And yes, that is true. So how is her survivability? First is that remember you are now doing 6 hits per turn, so you're rushing the enemy shield very quickly and hopefully you break them fast enough before A2 get hit. Second, even if you are unlucky enough to get hit, A2 is to have a passive that gives her a second chance to attack more. But let's say you're kind of unlucky and A2 get attacked multiple times in a row, then you can just reset the fight. But most of the time, the benefit from Berserk mode pay out more than the con of it. And also in a scenario where A2 get hit but it wasn't enough to kill her, well, it's gonna be hard to word this properly. So if the enemy put A2 at 100 health, then she only takes 99 point of recoil damage because recoil doesn't kill her. Had the enemy not hit her, then the recoil damage will still go through and put her at around 500 or 600 health, which means that since the enemy hit A2, it also mitigates the recoil damage that she takes. Hopefully that's clear enough. Compared to another dagger DPS named Therion, is that since Berserk mode only lasts 6 turns, the longer the fight go on, the better Therion is. If you just do a quick short battle where it's happened in 10 turns to 20 turns, then A2 is the better one. But the longer the fight go on, then Therion, who does not trigger his double cast that much because of his passive, it will be better because he can trigger more time than A2. But hopefully A2 can help you speed up the battle quick enough so you don't take that much turn to finish it. Also, A2 is the fastest character in the game. Not sure that's a good thing or bad thing, but most of the time it's fine because A2 can 6-hit the opponent, so she will make a good shield breaker. The other time you wish to buff her first before she attack, so I say it's kind of kind of a weakness but kind of a strength also. Currently EN, A2 is the best sword, axe, and dagger DPS. She's just so good that the other DPS does not even come close to her level. In JP, A2 is the second best sword DPS behind YoRHa, second best dagger DPS behind YoRHa, and still is the best axe DPS to this day right now. And also, A2 can technically be better than YoRHa, since YoRHa's strongest move every time, he always stab away about 800 SP among your entire team to use its strongest move. So you don't care about the SP cost, then Marshall is better, but you do care about that, then A2 is kinda better. There's no other DPS I can compare it to because A2 is just too strong compared to the other DPS we have right now. Thinking like, imagine Odette with her double cast passive, but it go off every single turn, because that's what A2 is. I know that a lot of people is gonna pull for her though, but for me, I'm just gonna wait for Ringyu to be in the game, because for me, I think that Ringyu is more mandatory to have than A2 is.